Hello everyone! I see many people wondering if there are any tricks when it comes to playing hardcore in Path of Exile. Are there any formulas? Questions like how much HP do you need to have, or should you skip league mechanics when you're playing hardcore? And if so, when? In this video I will answer you to all of that. And be patient, because in the end of the video I will give you an ultimate tip which will help you to survive on hardcore. So without further ado, let's get to the tips. Tip number 1. When you level on hardcore, you always want to spend your skill points on maximum life. So whenever you come across a life node on your skill tree, you take it. I know how tempting it can be to take the damage nodes, but believe me, you will always have enough damage to kill stuff in Path of Exile. And you can do damage while you're dead, right? So for hardcore, always take life nodes when you come across them on your passive skill tree. Tip number 2. Many people ask how much exactly HP do they need when playing hardcore. Is there any way to know if your character has enough HP? And the answer is yes. Always add at least 300 life per act when you progress throughout the content. Follow this and you should be fine if all your other defenses are on point. For instance, in Act 3 you should be aiming for 900 HP. For Act 4 it's 1.2k HP, and so on, you got the point. Tip number 3. Get a lot of resistances and or lifesteal. The more defensive tools you have, the better for your hardcore experience. In Act 2 you should start looking for maxing your resistances. It will be good to have some cold resistances when you face Marvel, the Act 1 boss, but if you perform well on avoiding her abilities, you should be fine. League mechanics. I suggest you skip league mechanics early on during the league until GGG fix and balance them properly, so you don't get one-shotted by an overpowered league mechanic all of a sudden and lose all of your progress. That's of course only if you care about your progress that much. If not, then of course you are free to try whatever you like and take the risk. Number 5 is flasks. They can boost your defense by a lot, especially early on. The Granite Flask is a perfect example of this, with its 3k armor, which is so huge during the leveling phase. Other mandatory defenses you can obtain from flasks are bleed immunity, shock immunity and freeze immunity. Tip number 6. Overleveling. Aim to always have your character higher level than the monster level on the zone you're currently playing at. And to not waste your time while doing so, I suggest you do all the side quests while leveling. This will give you bonus rewards which will further boost your character. And here comes the last and most unique tip as promised. And that's the last tip. Believe me, I'm an old hardcore D2 player and it saved me so many times in Diablo 2, and it works exactly the same for Path of Exile. When you see you're about to die and you have nothing to do about it, just press Alt and F4 really fast instead of waiting for the inevitable. Do it in a second or less, just very fast. Or you can press Escape plus exit to login screen or exit to character selection. They will both save you in the exact same manner. To do that really fast, you just need to have that hardcore mentality. You need to be willing to survive at all costs. If you have that mentality, sometimes you do this even if you're not completely sure whether you're about to die or not. For me personally, this is much better than risk losing all of your progress. It's gonna save your life, believe me. I mean, the life of your character. And that's for today's video. I'll be making more videos with tips on how to play and survive hardcore, so feel free to subscribe if you want more of them, and don't forget to leave a like on the video if you liked it, because it will help me develop my channel a great deal. Thanks for watching and goodbye.